This is part 3. Well, hello again. I'm still working on this old cabinet here, and I've decided to go ahead and use water as a cutting agent with my 1000 grit paper. I think this is 1000 grit, but it's the right one, whatever it is. Some of these things I cut them and I don't know. It's supposed to be wet and dry, but I've always found you get a better action, better cutting action, and smoothing it down using your water, you know. Because some of these spray cans will put out a little tiny bump. You got to get it down. Just use very fine sandpaper and smooth it all down. I'll be doing that. I'm going to be putting another coat on it here. This should be the last video, by the way. As soon as I get this thing painted the way I like and finished up, then we'll go ahead and work on that speaker cloth. And I've got the speaker already repaired. And I've got a wire to replace the speaker wire on the back of it. We'll put that on there. Right now I'm just going to go over it with all I did was take a little bit of water in a container here. See how rough it is? Here, see? That's how rough it is with this primer and paint combined. You hear it? Now if you come up here, this is what it sounds like after you're done sanding it. Okay? Nice and smooth sound. That's what you're after. Alright, let me continue sanding. I don't want to bore you to death with this sanding bit, but there's something else I wanted to, you know, we got people out there who've never done this. So that's primarily what this is for. That's why my channel is a detail channel. A lot of you guys know how to do this stuff. Well, you know, fine and dandy, but there's a lot who chime in and they say, gee, I wonder what this is all about, and they'll look at it and they've never seen this before, or if they have, maybe not so much in this detail. Now this here is still pretty rough. This one has not been sanded yet. Now you can tell how well you're doing just by the sound. This is, see, I hear it? Now as you sand, you start knocking that down, the sound begins to change. Now you don't want to sand through it, and you don't want to sand through the edges, that's for sure. Use plenty of water, it doesn't hurt a bit. Hear how the sound's beginning to change? The roughness is disappearing. Hear that? Now you know you're doing good by smoothing it down. You can just tell by the sound, okay? Just wanted you to hear that. Over here I haven't done it all yet, okay? Well, hello again. Today we're going to do some garbage can lid spraying. This all has to be painted a light color. I'm using the light primer. It's the automotive primer I told you about in the last video. I've got everything taped off. We're just going to go ahead and hit it. Get it looking real good. I'll do a little bit here, and then after it dries I'll flip it over. Just nice and easy, far away. You don't have to go crazy. I'll probably put 2 coats on it, and we'll be putting satin clear over the top. And then I got to do the inside too, because this is going to show up like that. And then I'll do the other part after I flip it over around the edge. And now it's time to go ahead and finish this thing off with a coat of clear satin. And we'll go ahead. I went down and bought a brand new can for this, because one thing about these Rust-Oleum clear satins, I realized, this one here, when you start getting to the bottom, you get a lot of spitting, and it doesn't lay down on the item you're spraying very well. So, you know, I mean, this thing is almost at the bottom. You know, you can hear the ball rolling back and forth. But, so I got a nice new one this morning. We're going to go ahead and shoot this baby with some nice, yeah, it's a nice even spray coming out too, because it doesn't come out even when you get to the bottom of those things. I don't particularly like that. All right, let me go ahead and finish this. I'll tell you what, while that thing is drying over here from the clear coat, let's go ahead and get these staples out of here. I should be able to use my knife. It's only stapled into cardboard. So let me see what I can do here. See if I can find one that's fairly loose. Probably, let me get a knife under it with both hands. All right, well, as I thought, that one even broke. It's not going to be as difficult as I thought. Of course, I got to watch out for that little jagged edge sticking up there. I don't like that at all. Just cut my hands all to pieces. Alright, let me keep working on it. Well, those are all out. Most of them were rusty and almost all of them broke. Then I had to go around and pick out the stubs with my needle nose. But underneath those are a whole bunch more. I'm going to have to go all the way around it again. Well, look how many staples that baby took. I'm wore out. I need a cup of coffee. That took a lot of work, believe it or not. Anyway, we got it off. And I now have 3 options. I can clean it and it'll come out nice with all these little white lines will begin to reappear that you see here. That would be kind of nice. Or I can spray paint it silver. If it just stays this color right here and the white lines don't come out, that would be a second option after I wash it and get it nice and clean, you know. And of course the third option is just putting in a brand new piece of cloth, some silver threaded thing that I might find accidentally somewhere on the internet. I don't know. We'll see what happens. As far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win-win either way. Okay. Let me wash it first. See what happens. I just stuck a little Ajax dishwashing liquid on there, on the brush and on the speaker cloth. I'm just going to give it a good wash and see what happens. Win, lose, or draw. I scrubbed it front and rear, and I guess we're all going to witness this together, so here goes. I don't see any major improvements, although these lines must have been painted on there after the plastic was made, I guess. Well, if it doesn't come any cleaner than it is now, I'm not going to paint it silver. I just got to check in the back a little closer. That's a dark, I have charcoal gray, and that's what that was originally, charcoal gray. I have that exact color. It just won't have those white lines that you see right there. But, you know, small sacrifice. Well, there's the second scrubbing. I don't think it did any good. It probably made it worse. Yep, looks like about the end of that. So, it's going to be charcoal paint. I can tell you that already. Because the speaker, you know, the material's in great shape. There's nothing wrong with it. I can't imagine how it turned black like that unless it's cigar smoke or maybe it was down in a coal mine or something. Well, the speaker cloth was an utter failure except for me having to paint it. Now this screen wire, once again, is stapled to the cardboard. So I've made a command decision. What I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and remove the screen wire, take out the screws that are underneath it. The heads of the screws are below, and you can see they're rusty. And then I'm going to take this entire cardboard setup down to Hobby Lobby in their picture department. I'm going to tell them to make me something that looks just like that. It may not be just as thick when they get done. If not, I'll tell them to add one more layer because we got plenty of screw length to spare. So that's going to take a day or two. So I'll tell you what, we'll just go ahead and call this video quits right now. Next time I hope to have all of this back together. You all know what I'm going to do. So, until next time, this is John.